Hello, everyone. Honestly, Kenya youths are not playing at all, at all, at all. They've said to the government, no, this is no longer about finance, the finance bill. They just want Ruto to resign. Ruto, they say, must resign. You know, how do you how do you explain the people that have been killed? Now you say, okay, you're not going to sign it into law, but you've deployed soldiers, you've deployed security agents to kill citizens that were just out there, just saying to you, we don't want this bill. And then you now come just like that. Now they are saying no, they don't want that. And this is a should I call it a communique that came, and it reminds me so much of the NSAS, when you see that thing signed, the citizen. It said official statement, call for the immediate resignation of President William Ruto. He said, we, the citizens of the Republic of Kenya, hereby declare that we no longer recognize William Ruto as the president of Kenya. And one of the things that a lot of people really don't understand is that legitimacy comes from the people. As long as the people recognize you, that's when you will be president. If they don't recognize you and they say no to you and they stand, in solidarity to say no to you, most times that's what brings governments down. And it's just so sad for me. Like, I did a tweet the other day. I said, what would it have cost President Ruto when this protest started? Even go and be on the streets with these people. It's okay, I hear you. Let's sit down on the table and have a discussion. What is it that you see the problem we are in, see why we have done this. You give us solution on how we can do it better, and just what then you turn the table. You'll not be proffer that solution. If they say cut cost of governance, then cut the cost of governance. How does it make sense that you're taxing people to pay more of the loan that has been carried, but you are not reducing of the expenses that you've made? I remember when President Ruto went to the US, I think either last month or 2 months ago. He was a guest at the US. I think they said in the last 14 years, no African leader had been a guest of the United States president in US and all of that. And there was this thing that came out that he spent, how many such huge amount of money that he spent on private jet and all of that. First thing that came to my mind was that there's always Kenya Airline. Kenya Air is one of the best in Africa. Why can't you just fly it direct? Which one are you going to get, a private jet to go? Although he came out and said, oh no, I will not spend your money like that anyway, But what the people are saying is that reduce that cost of governance. So how come they don't want to reduce the cost of governance, but they want to tax the people? Even if the people die, they just don't seem to care. Anyway, let me go back to this statement. Then they say the statement continues. We recall his presidency and urge him to resign with immediate effect and surrender his office to the Kenyan people. His tenure has been marked by incompetence, mismanagement, and a persistent failure to address the pressing needs of our nation. We believe he is unfit to lead and demand his resignation forthwith. President Ruto's administration has been characterized by a series of scandals, ineffective governance, and a blatant disregard for democratic principles. Under his leadership, Kenya has witnessed a decline in economic stability, increased corruption, and a deterioration in public trust. These issues have had a profound negative impact on the lives of ordinary Kenyans and have undermined the foundation of our democracy. We urge all Kenyans to join us in this call for William Ruto's immediate resignation. Our country deserves a leader who is dedicated to the principles of transparency, accountability, and good governance. We can no longer tolerate a presidency that is marred by such profound failures and abuses of power. In light of this concern, we give William Ruto 48 hours to issue a statement of resignation and to vacate his office. This period is essential for facilitating a peaceful and orderly transition of power, ensuring that our nation can begin to heal and move forward under new leadership that is committed to serving the interests of all Kenyans. Our demand is grounded in a deep love for our country and a steadfast commitment to its future. We envision a Kenya where the rule of law is respected, where public officials are held accountable, and where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. Achieving this vision requires new leadership, free from the taint of corruption and incompetence that has defined William Ruto's presidency. We call on all sectors of society to support this demand and to work together to ensure a smooth transition. Our collective action is crucial for building a better Kenya. We must stand united in our pursuit of justice, democracy, and progress. Signed, the citizens of Republic of Kenya. As I was just reading this message, all that came to my mind was, the experience of the Mau Mau. I think that was in Kenya, and how the British colonists or colonialists, the British, when they colonized Kenya, and the brutality that they meted on them and how inhumane they were. Just seeing again now citizens coming out to protest and citizens are being killed. I just think it's almost as if Africa just doesn't want to progress. We take one step forward and we take 20 backward. And it's just crazy. I can't imagine, why would you go after, why is it that their first thinking is to kill, is to shoot, is to kill citizens who are coming out to protest? These are the same citizens you went to go and meet them, you went to go and beg them for votes, you went to go and beg them to give you an option, and they gave you an option, and you get into office, and the first thing you are thinking about when they come out to say to you, hey, don't do this, we don't like this, is to go out and begin to call for them to be killed. You bring in securities, you bring in the security that are supposed to be that their allegiance is supposed to be to the state, to the constitution, and to the people of the state. No, they now give it to whoever is president and the ruling party. Honestly, some people who always think that Africa is one nation, they refer to Africa as a nation. Sometimes when you see all of this happening, you just have to, it just looks as if they are right. The same inhumanity all going on, the same bad governance, the same corruption all going on. One of the things I have said, and really we must focus on that, is that the African rulers, they all belong to one WhatsApp group where they share ideas on how to demonize their people, how to deprive their people of good governance, on how to do corruption, and they are there to, for regime protection. The AU is for regime protection. The African citizens must also create their own WhatsApp group so that they will be there to unite together and continue to fight these monsters who call themselves leaders. Thank you for watching.